All right, my friends, happy Sunday Funday to you. Aaron here bringing you some honest astrology, your daily horoscope for the 19th of January 2020. It is Sunday. We've got the moon in the later degrees of Scorpio. All right, still continuing the sextile, septile, quintiles, all to the great energy that's going on in Capricorn, as well to Mercury in the very first degrees of Aquarius. All right, we'll talk about what all that is in a second. We talked about it on Friday and on Saturday, what's going on here. It's deep emotions, needs to tie up loose ends, connecting with make things very real in Capricorn. We've got Mercury, the early degrees of Aquarius, creating that cool connection over to Chiron, right? We've got Venus now at the 7th degree of Pisces. All right, making a perfect trine to the north node today and creating a sextile to the south node, which is very, 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 very powerful. Another great aspect that's going on is Pluto has hit the 23rd degree. What is magic about that is we've gone, Pluto is the slowest moving planet in our solar system that we're aware of. Planet X is out there somewhere we don't know. It doesn't exist quite yet to our brains. Anyway. So Pluto, the slowest moving planet of the zodiac, takes 244 years to go around. So it sits on each degree for a very, very long time. It takes 18 years to move through the sign of Capricorn. It's a weird elliptical pattern. Okay, so it takes 18 years to move through the sign of Capricorn. It's been there since 2008, so we still have some time left before Pluto's out, 2024. All right, so this very magnificent connection that Pluto is making at the 22nd degree, where it was being rewarded 2 medals of honor for bravery and for being a unique individual, and not just following the circus train carnival of society. It's just like, hey, we recognize you as a unique person, we recognize you as an individual standing out, doing something different from what everybody else is doing. It reminds me of that old Gap I think it was Gap, where everyone just had on these different gray shirts and khaki pants. And I mean, they were all different gray shirts and different style of khaki pants, but it just went down this line and it was just everyone looked the same. All right, so this is rewarding us for being the unique individual. So Pluto's been at that degree. That's where Saturn and Pluto and the Sun all met up last Sunday, excuse me. And now the 23rd degree, okay? It's about transcendence, which is beautiful because Pluto's all about transformation and transcendence here in the physical world. Capricorn's all about the physical world. This hard, we know, there's things that are uncertainty in life. Our feelings, our emotions, again, the water sign stuff is uncertainties. You can't look at it and say it's this. Even a psychiatrist or a very skilled doctor or to mentally diagnose somebody, it's just what are they truly feeling? I don't know, spirituality, our connection with spirit, our connection with source energy. This is not a seen thing, but it's something that we live through in this very real world, right? How somebody contains themselves or carries themselves in life, right? So Pluto, the king of transformation, here at the 23rd degree, creating the septile, fate energy, okay, in between Neptune, home in the sign of Pisces, which again is boundless dreams and this spiritual source and our creativity in the sense of, again, our poetry, the songs that we sing, internal, our dreams, our imagination. What's cool about this is it's showing that here in the physical reality, where we leave the guesswork out, here, that's knocking on wood. This is a empty aluminum can. This is a full aluminum can. You know what I mean? If I were to tap on glass or wood or plastic, it's just these are certainties that we almost take these things for granted at times because we know what that is. We don't have to be looking at it. We don't have to see it with our eyes to know what that sound is, someone knocking on the door. I love to, some people say that they're tone deaf. And at the same time, you can be in a crowd of 1,000 people and you can hear your mother's whistle or say your name, Aaron, or whatever. And it's that's your mom. That's you know, that whistle is for you. You know, so we have an incredible ear. Okay, we have incredible eyes to see things, but we're talking about things that we can't see. We're talking about a transformation on a spiritual level, transcending and being committed to following through with great change in our lives, transforming the physical, which you can see, touch, taste, smell, see, and hear, you know, to a higher vibration, a higher power. Right? We're governing ourselves. Capricorn is about government. We're choosing to govern ourselves in a different way. How we choose to carry ourselves in the connection with, again, that source energy, this something that's greater than us. Now, which is also fun, let me go to the chart and show you all this goodness. And I've got this pulled back to 9 a.m. Now, the moon here, again, being in the sign of Scorpio, it's always fun when the moon's in Scorpio over the weekends. Is like, you know, we're dealing, it's just like we work hard all week long and then we want to break come the weekend. And it's just like when the moon enters Scorpio over the weekends, it's just like, yeah, you got some work to do, internal work, right? Figuring things out. Where we've had this really fun connections to all of these, you know, all these planets, the stellium here and then Mercury at the beginning, you know, about changing how we deal with stuff, changing how we deal with the conversation, changing our perspectives. Now, Venus, okay, very, very important, Venus's role today. Okay, connecting with the North Node. Okay, Venus, what I love, want, and desire. Here in Pisces, exalted. Okay, the favorite place for Venus, sweet Venus, to be in the entire zodiac, because again, it's boundless. Your dreams, your imagination, your creativity is boundless. There, you know, it's just like here. It's just like, okay, I want to paint a picture, or I want to draw a picture, and I've only got 8 crayons in my crayon box. I'm limited. You know, Jupiter says, well, I want to do more. And it's just like, well, you got to use the resources that you have available to you. You don't have any more, says Capricorn to Jupiter. You know, and then Pluto stepping in here and changing the game. Like, whoa, we only had 8 crayons. Now we had 16 crayons because our imaginations chose. We needed more colors. And then we came back and we said, we actually need more than just 16. We need 32 pack of crayons, you know, and then 64 crayons. And now we have the 100 and whatever. 120 crayon containers, you know, because there's more colors that I want to paint with. That's like the best. That's the best right now. All right. So Venus is not limited. Okay. Venus's love, wants, and desires is not limited right now by Capricorn. It's not limited by the rest of the zodiac. It is free to feel, free to express, free to love, free to be loved, free to receive, free to desire. Okay? Now connecting this exact trine here, water sign to water sign, Cancer, easy flow of energy. Okay? Now, again, the North Node is following our intuition home, following our hearts home. Okay? Now what I don't have pulled up on the chart is South Node, right here at 7 degrees of Capricorn. Okay? Now that South Node, 7 degrees of Capricorn, now this is the money. This is really important, what's going on today, and going on with this transcendent, transformational stuff with Pluto. Okay, Pluto to Pisces, which is going to be happening until February, mid to late February. Okay, and the connections in general to Capricorn, Neptune and Pisces, to the energies, all of the energies abundantly that are coming through Jupiter as well as Mars coming up here in a little bit in the sign of Capricorn, and lasts, I think, until April. All right, so there's going to be a lot of energy that's telling us that this physical world, Capricorn, we're expanding from the 8-pack of crayons to the 16-pack, to the 32-pack, to the 64, to the 2,000 pack of crayons, because we need more colors to paint our picture, to create our vision. Mercury up there in Aquarius, we have a vision for the future. We need to execute this, right? Now, Mercury creating that sextile over there to Chiron in the early degrees of Aries. So there's like having this set, our brain set on the vision of the future, while also being present in the now, Sun in Capricorn, seeing how we're projecting ourselves into this physical reality, seeing how we're projecting ourselves and carrying ourselves in the sense of business, big business. Are we maintaining a professional relationship with ourselves and our peers? Are we carrying ourselves well? If we're going to nail that interview or whatever change is coming our way come 2020? Yes, we are. Now, right? So it's just like healing some of the old past, saying that I'm not good enough for this job, or I don't know if this is good enough for me, or yada, yada, yada. So it's instinctual stuff that we're healing, this Mercury, connection to Chiron. And again, thinking to the future, seeing the future, having conversations that are future driven. This is for the greater good, So Moon continuing through, and by I think 7 p.m. or so, it's going to leave the sign of Scorpio and enter the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, so this is completing. We are completing right now everything that's happened from September of last year through the top of January this year. Why? That's because Venus connecting with the North Node down in Cancer. Again, Venus is free to love without judgment, connecting with the North Node, nurturing, compassionate, giving, unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness. Okay, very, very important to not be stingy and stubborn with who we forgive. Okay, so Venus is creating the sextile to the South Node in Capricorn, because the South Node in Capricorn is saying to release, to allow, to accept, to let go, to allow things to change in what normally couldn't change. Again, the rock is stiff, it is form. Water is formless, it takes the shape of. So again, like I've been talking, the water is going to move through and round out those hard edges. So stuff that we've been holding on to for months, maybe years. Okay, the eclipse that just happened flashes back to an eclipse that happened in 2015, in September 2015. Okay, so we could have, on this last eclipse, we could have felt some energy from way back then, So it happened on the 25th, 26th of December, depending where you're at in the world, and then the next one happened on the 10th, January 10th. So it just happened, So that eclipse that happened on January 10th referred back to something that happened 5 years ago, right? Again, September of 2015. So we've been clearing and making way. So it's just like whatever has happened over those 5 years. Is it 5 years? Almost 4.5, whatever. We have to forgive. We have to have our brain set on a vision of the future. We have to let go of something that we've been holding on to, wearing the grudge like a crown. That's not the crown that the king and queen, us gods and goddesses, get up and put on in the morning. We're not wearing grudges. We're wearing a heart of freedom, an open heart to love, to express, to be loved, to receive. Yeah. So we've got a lot of energy today that's suggesting letting go of some old trauma, some old past stuff, and really allowing this water energy to flow through us, the forgiveness to flow through us, the love, the unconditional nature of humanity. When we're on our deathbeds, we're going to matter a lot less, this tit for tat things. And yet at the same time, again, there's like hard conversations. Now, those conversations take a little bit of a shift later on in the day. Let's go here. Let's scoot this up a couple hours. Right now, we're going to start to see, that sextile here between the moon and Mercury, okay? So we're going from water and earth creation to fire and air, okay? More of a destruction, okay? It is and it isn't. You know what I'm saying there. Either way, these two help each other out, just the same as earth and water help each other out. Emotion and form, and then this is like ideas and forging concepts, and then those ideas and formed concepts become reality here in the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, where we have this super stellium going on right now. So as we begin to have the moon, which is still creating a septile now to the sun in its last day in the sign of Capricorn, right? It's a powerful connection. Okay, we've got our emotional moon moves into this place of faith, higher knowledge, learning, trusting ourselves, trusting our journey, trusting the other person's journey, right? And that we can be a great leader. We can be a great leader in this physical form. We can show a great opportunity to lead by example. That mountain goat getting to the top of the mountain and showing, it's just like, oh my God, I didn't think this was a possibility. I didn't think that an animal could do such a feat, and it's just like we look to nature here and say, wow, this is amazing. Look what nature can do. What can I do? What power do I have within myself to get to the top of this mountain? And staying consistent along my journey. Yeah. Having faith in my journey, being consistent in my journey. And then this sextile, being driven and having a focus on the future as well. Being practical in the here and now. Learning a need to learn about more. There is predecessors out there that have created something for me to go off of their example. Yeah. And then this great release happening here. Beautiful, beautiful connection here with Venus connecting to the North Node, connecting to the South Node. Very, 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 very powerful way to release on this Sunday and to celebrate. This is a ceremony. Okay? Sunday ceremony, my friends. It is a beautiful day. And again, we're going to have this transcendence in the physical form, using our imagination, our creativity to tap into and to change our lives, our physical lives on a daily basis, right? We're just getting started. I'm so excited for the future. Smile says it all. Truly, truly excited. I hope you have a happy, fun Sunday. Sunday Funday. And we'll see you tomorrow.